Hello, Willard Wildcats. Today, I want to think about masks. No, not Halloween masks, face masks. Here we are, all at our homes, going to school on our Chromebooks. We are staying at home because of that virus we had a chance to talk about last year, COVID-19. Quite a few people have gotten this illness in California. You might know someone who had it. Now, most people have never gotten it, and of those who have, most did not get very seriously sick. And here's the crazy thing. Some people get infected with the virus, but they don't show any symptoms at all. They have the virus, but they have no cough and no fever, and they feel just fine. But when people do get sick with COVID-19, even the people who do not feel sick, it's very easy for them to spread the germs to other people. Last spring, we talked about how important it is to cover your coughs and sneezes, to not touch our faces, and to wash your hands, scrubbing with soap for at least 20 seconds. It is important to keep our bodies healthy, to keep germs from entering our body. We cover our mouths so that any germs we have don't get spread around to other people. We wash our hands to get any germs off before we eat food. And we don't touch our faces, especially our eyes, our nose, and our mouth, so that germs cannot enter our body. If we keep the germs from entering our body, even if we're around them, then we cannot get sick. One thing many people asked me about last spring were face masks. We saw pictures of people wearing face masks in China, and we wondered if we needed to wear face masks too. When you asked me if people needed to wear face masks, I gave the same answer that scientists across the country were giving. I said you could wear a face mask if you wanted, but it was more important to cover your coughs and not touch your face and to wash your hands. The virus particles are so tiny. They're smaller than any opening in a face mask, so they should be able to pass right through, right? Here's a picture of a face mask under a microscope. And you can see all of the fibers of the paper or the fabric. They all cross over each other, and there's a lot of openings between them. Now, those openings are important because that's how the air gets in so that we can breathe. But the virus is small, so the little particles, they should just be able to pass right through, right? Well, I was wrong. Within a week or two of us being at home, we were all told that everyone needed to wear face masks. You are Willard Wildcats. You're curious, and you ask questions, and I bet you wondered, what changed? What did scientists learn that made them change their mind and say that we needed to wear face masks? Why are face masks so important in protecting us from the COVID-19 virus? Now, the first thing to know is that at first, we thought that COVID-19 was spread the same way as a cold or the flu is spread. When people have a cold, they cough and they sniffle and they sneeze germs out into the air. Sometimes we get sick from breathing in those germs. When people wipe their nose or cough on their hands, germs get on their hands. And all of these germs, they settle down or they get on surfaces. Desks, doorknobs, the monkey bars in the slide on the playground, the tables in the lunchroom. When we touch those surfaces and then touch our faces, we can get infected and get sick. But scientists never stop thinking and wondering. They never stop testing. And scientists began to realize that COVID-19 is a little bit different than a regular cold or the flu. From studies that have been done, it seems that the main way that people catch COVID-19 is from breathing the same air as someone who is sick. When the sick person coughs or talks or even just breathes, they breathe out particles of the virus. People don't seem to get sick by touching surfaces. They get sick from breathing in virus particles that are already in the air. It is still important to cover your coughs and don't touch your face and do wash your hands with soap and water. But we need to stop virus particles from entering our bodies when we breathe. But those virus particles are so small. They're smaller than the holes between the fibers in a mask. Can't the virus particles just pass through? Well, it is true that the virus particles are very small. But when a sick person breathes them out, the virus particles are in moist air. The virus particles are carried in tiny droplets of water in your breath. And those droplets of water are caught by the fibers in a mask. Those droplets of water are stopped by the mask. And what is better than a mask made of one layer of fabric or paper? A mask made of several layers of fabric or paper. The best masks seem to be those made of several layers. Even if those virus-laden water droplets do get through the first layer, they should be caught by one of the other layers. If you are healthy, a face mask stops droplets containing the virus from reaching your nose and mouth. If you are sick, even if you don't know that you're sick, it stops droplets containing the virus from getting out into the air where other people could breathe them in. Now, here is something very important that I should add. A face mask is very important, but they're not perfect. So sometimes a face mask can let some germs through. They stop most germs, but some can still get through, especially if you are not wearing the mask correctly. If it's not covering your nose, or if it's too loose. So we can't just all wear masks and go about our normal business. We still need to cover our mouths and not touch our faces. We still need to wash our hands. And we need to keep at least 6 feet apart from people we don't live with so that we don't share our air and we don't share our droplets or moisture from our lungs that might contain the virus if we're sick, even if we don't know that we are sick. Which is why we're all still at home learning on our computers. Now, I miss seeing you in my classroom. But because we're home, we will not accidentally get each other sick. And that's important. Wear your face mask when you go out. Stay healthy so that I can welcome you all back to the science room as soon as possible. Take care. Bye-bye.